Rory and Maul's punk-ass apology video only made matters worse. What's up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit a subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership, and are you buying that merch down below? Listen, Rory and Maul released a video called Give Me Spaces, episode 423 of the new Rory and Maul show. And ironically, somehow, someway, the beginning now of this episode, they bleeped out Rory's name from the intro, which I find interesting. I'm sure it was some kind of technical difficulty, or they thought it was funny to bleep his name out and have some type of subliminal laugh at that. I don't know what the purpose was for that, but I did go on to listen to the so-called apology, but with friends like Maul, who needs enemies, because dumbass Maul is making the apology defunct by continuously interjecting, and saying something absolutely counterproductive to what Rory probably sat up all night and thought about what he had to do. He says he had a good sleep. I don't believe him. I really don't believe it. There's no way he could have slept good, right? At the end of the day, they say when criminals actually did it, when they get in that cell, they have a really good night's sleep. So we don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, if you have been out here like I've been out here, you've seen Rory have a whole bunch of old tweets, even more than I thought. Like they're saying 100 at this point, anti-black tweets. Some of them got really bad, gang. Some of them got like, he deleted this. Let's just say this. He deleted the Twitter. It got past this high school, college kid just saying dumb shit to a full-on, absolute, my thoughts are 100% racist, and I can't stop myself. Oh, and Twitter's the perfect Wild Wild West to get them off in the form of jokes. It looked bad, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Now, again, most people can say, I don't think Rory's a racist. I don't know Rory well enough to know what he is. I know he's a part of a black fraternity, right? Salute the company, man, for putting that out there. I know he's the one of the few white guys who get to be a part of the illustrious black fraternities in this country. So that means something, right? At the end of the day, you got to kind of want to do that to be that, right? But at the end of the day, he put up some really questionable tweets and retweets. According to Maul, they're all fake. Like you can't nowadays. This is how these guys deal with stuff. These guys, the bubble bath rapper, the whole crew over there. Everything's fake. Anything they do is fake. Anything they say that they get caught in the middle of, if it gets exposed, it's all fake. Everything is fake news, this, that, and the third. So according to Maul, he shouldn't have responded. I'm going to break down this apology that Rory ridiculously tried. Rory did not get any better with this apology about whatever he was trying to apologize for. I'm going to play that. We're going to talk about that line for line. But what happened was Rory got quote-unquote exposed for a bunch of old tweets. They were pretty bad, gang. I'm just going to be honest. I already did a video about that. You can go back and look at that. But it got even worse. It got down to like blacks and whites and all kind of stuff, and stuff about Beyonce and Blue Weave and Blue Ivy, this, that, and the third, whether he tweeted them or not. Some of them he wrote himself, some of them he didn't, right? But for you to even play in that world means you like it in that world. And at the end of the day, they're hiding behind Twitter was a different place. Well, your morality wasn't. Your morality should have been exactly the same, right? And I know Twitter has some some wild times going on, right? I know there was a lot of people saying a lot of ridiculous things for engagement, clicks, and retweets, and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, some of that stuff, okay, maybe you were dumb. When we get to 100 tweets that are questionable, it's not even that you're dumb anymore. There's a deeper issue. But I want to have this conversation. I want to play this because what I saw was a white guy still in a space that he feels comfortable, because they still came on, and I know people chuckle when they're nervous, but they still came on chuckling. He still came on with a he knows he has to do this apology, but he knows Maul is sitting there and Maul's gonna laugh. So he's walking this tightrope of I want to try to be contrite, but I also don't want Maul to one up me and start laughing at me, which is exactly what happens. Maul has no self-respect. He's lost all dignity, and Maul at this point is trying to turn everything into some type of a hit piece. Everything is beneath them because they're not going to roll in the mud with these K-bots and these individuals who are not trying to get to the bottom of this. They just want to have a clickbait moment, a gotcha moment. So Maul is dismissing the whole thing. He doesn't care about nothing that this guy said because bottom of the line, the tweets are fake and everybody that's mad about him are only doing it for fake outrage. And he shouldn't even address them. Well, I agree with you, Maul. He shouldn't address them. He shouldn't have won that Twitter Spaces, and he shouldn't have got this apology off. Not what you said next to him. You're worse than him. If someone of our race is telling you that this guy hurt them and you're telling him he shouldn't even acknowledge him, you're worse than him. Maul ain't even addressing the issue whatsoever. This is like Charlemagne over there with Andrew Schultz. It's the same exact thing. They make a lot of money together. Imagine Maul ruffling these feathers and starting to really acknowledge that Rory has an issue and Rory needs to resolve it or he won't work with him no more. Imagine where that money. Maul got rent to pay. Maul got a lot of bills going on. So Maul has every reason to dismiss this and get back to business, right? Their bottom line hasn't really been hurt the way he probably figures it should be. So he's like, well, then we're going to be fine. Him and Demaris and Rory, they still got a show to crank out every day. They still get subscribers. They still got people tuning in to watch it. It's not as many as it used to be. The views are significantly down. Views are down all across YouTube. Let's just be honest. But that includes them too. But their views are down for a different reason. Okay? Their views are down because people are tired of the show. They're tired of the shenanigans, and the shock value is wearing off. You can't go 2-3 more years with just shock value comments about Kendrick. You're going to have some substance. And at the end of the day, Maul knows, okay, if I attack this man in front of these people and validate this and he don't answer right, then I'm going to have a problem with my sitting down in this chair. So rather than have a problem with me sitting down in this chair, getting my money, right, I'm going to just dismiss this and laugh this off as K-bots in action all over again, right? The funny thing about the thing, when he went into the Twitter space, when you first watch the video, when you first listen to it, because apparently it went on for 4 hours. When it first starts, it wasn't no K-bots attacking him. So Maul wants to make this into, you went into a space with all K-bots attacking you. From my vantage point, and I could be 100% wrong, it sounded like they didn't start to get aggressive with him until he became smug and dismissive. And at that point, you're not going to, no matter you K-bots, Drake bots, whatever you want to call it, whoever it is, if you start dismissing whatever issue they're coming in there to talk about, that's not even your space. You voluntarily came into that space. So when you voluntarily come into that space, you're challenging the people in there. So then when you come in laughing and smug and dismissive, you're like, I'll walk in here and I'll clown you guys in here. So it made people upset. Now, Maul isn't acknowledging any of that. Maul is dumb. I tell you that all the time. Maul is a bull in the china shop. Maul is just happy to have a job, so he's going to defend anybody that's paying him. He gets paid with this guy. Maul is not an A mic or a B mic. Maul is at best a CD mic that chimes in here and there. He should not be on the front line, but he is. This is by default. They got ostracized and kicked out of the podcast that they were on with Joe Budden, and Maul had to step his game up. He really didn't do that great of a job, but he's trying, right? At the end of the day, he knows that if he messes up, Rory, I said from day one they needed more people on that. They needed 1 or 2 more people. Well, I told you this back when they first got let go when they started the podcast. I said the podcast is going to be all. You can go back to my old video. I said the podcast is going to be all right, but they need to add a person or 2. I said that from day one. That's why you got Demaris sitting there, and Julian was there until they fired him, right? I said that from day one. They're not strong enough to do this, just them 2. They're not, right? He knows he definitely ain't strong enough to do it without Rory, and Rory knows that's why Rory chuckles and lets Maul get away with the most nonsense that he does. Rory's smarter than this. But Rory knows if I challenge Maul too much, Maul is going to get mad, and we're going to have issues on the show. The chemistry's going to be off. These guys sound like they just laugh and kiki all day, all night. I don't know if these guys ever have a serious conversation ever. So that shows on the podcast. So now we're looking at a guy who just got, listen, this guy is almost, I think this news is probably international at this point. TMZ, everybody's reporting that this guy is a racist full out. And at worst, best case scenario, he's a white guy that has racist thoughts that tweeted him out and got caught 10 years ago, 11 years ago, right? So at this point, you really, the next time you come on any platform, you need to be contrite. You need to be receptive to what the culture is telling you. But these guys, first of all, these are the guys that want to eliminate the word culture altogether. They want to laugh at everything that the culture, because at this point, they on attack mode against Kendrick. So everything with the word culture in it, they got to try to vilify it, belittle it, demean it, and ignore it. So that's Maul's stance on this whole thing in the first place. So he don't think anybody got mad or offended about this. It's all fake outrage. It's all K-bots. This is why Maul is the worst a mic in history of a mics because he doesn't understand that some things ain't funny. Some shit you do got to acknowledge and take serious accountability for what you said. He doesn't understand it or doesn't care. Maul knows the checks is coming every month regardless. One way or another, people are tuning into this show. Maul could care less what you say when you get in. He's not even reading your comments no more. He doesn't care. He's locked out. But what he doesn't understand is after a while, people will start to unsubscribe. They will start to stop watching. That's what he doesn't understand. He's dismissive, and he thinks that this newfound blood that he's got from these Drake fans that are swarming in there by the thousands to hear these takes, that's going to last forever. We already know that Drake fans can't carry things. They don't carry things for long. They only carry Drake for long. They don't carry nothing else. Right? Where's Smiley? Right? It's a lot of records. They was carrying Joey Badass till he dropped his album. Right? So at one point, we're more going to realize that stuff doesn't last. Even What's the Dirt is starting to do different videos. Let's just be honest, right? So end of the day, what we're seeing is a guy that knows better, right? He allegedly has a person of color as his girlfriend and or wife, right? And Academics is trash for showing that man with his baby, but I'm going to get to that on a whole nother video, all right? Academics been trash, though. We already knew that. But Rory allegedly is a ally. So as an ally, you owe these people of color, you owe an explanation and not chuckling through your teeth when you do it, right? Rory knows that, but he's sitting next to the buffoon of all buffoons, the goofy bullfrog on a rock that don't move, who thinks everything is funny because he's sitting in the sun licking flies out the air. Everything is good because he's fat, his belly fat, he feel good. So he doesn't have to respect the other bullfrogs or nobody else because the flies coming to him. So he's sitting there in that chair, slumped over, telling Rory, don't apologize. Why are you paying attention to these people? I want to play this because and I want to talk about this because we're seeing in action the decimation of a podcast that could have been great. Now you got a guy on here who doesn't know when to either shut up, right? Or when to actually be contrite about something. Right? He thinks these late night phone calls with Drake, he got his feet up, rolling back and forth on his waterbed, that's more important than what's going on in the real world. He tried to say the internet is not a real place. Well, guess what? This guy actually gets paid from the internet, which is a real place. Right? I know it's easy to dismiss because you still got your checks coming in, but them checks dry up, gang. There's a lot of YouTubers that channels went way down. And they had to play the pickup game and try to figure out how to turn it all around. And what not to talk about no more. Okay, and they're going to learn too, or they're going to be out of here. So let's have this conversation because we're seeing a man, he really wants to do the right thing, right? But he got this fake Eddie Murphy over here, keep laughing and keep interrupting. Let me play this and let's have a conversation.
What happened with your morning?
You know how the Twitter streets go. Listen, man, I went into Twitter Spaces against all my friends.
You like that shit?
You think I'm a glutton for punishment?
Yes. I think you're a glutton for punishment. I think you're a glutton for attention. I think you're a glutton for bullshit.
For attention?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It's not clout chasing. I don't want it to seem clout chasing. It's not that. But you do like when there's bullshit happening and your name is in it. Like you dive right into that shit. Like you like abuse.
I think it's
you like abuse?
More so to address things, but I did.
You like to seem like a martyr?
I wouldn't go that far. A martyr is a little.
You want to seem like a martyr for the culture.
Did you see the dismissive tone? Maul won't even let him get started. We're 2 minutes and a half in, and Maul is saying, why did you even go in there? You just want to be a martyr for the culture. I told you already that this culture has become a laughable word over there in their world, that this is something that is a made-up thing and it doesn't exist. So they mock it at any given term. In any given turn that they can mock it, they're coming to mock it. And you see what Maul is doing right out the gate. Let's continue.
Take this one on the chin, fellas. Don't worry about it.
This is not one that I want to take on the chin whatsoever. But yes, I did go into Twitter Spaces. I don't think my intentions came off the correct way because I was in there to get my talking to.
Why?
All right, so let me start right there. So Rory is so uncomfortable and nervous that he is talking once again through a smile, through his teeth. He's anxious, he's nervous, and I get it. It's nervous laughter, right? But he can't get serious like he really wants to and contrite because this guy is over there fumbling with his clothes, his jacket. He's fumbling with his pants. He's looking at him. He's making snide comments. He knows that this guy over here has no control over the situation. Rory has no control. This situation is bigger than him. It's bigger than him. It's bigger than Maul. But Maul's so dumb he don't care. Right? Rory wants to care, but he's sitting next to the goof troop over here that's going to keep chuckling. So now he's chuckling with him. So now, once again, he's already 30 seconds in and he sounds insincere again. Right? Maul just said, why? Rory he started to explain that I wanted these people to tell me what I did wrong. I'm really sincere. I want to know. Well, he's trying to say that, right? He's trying to say I really was sincere. But when he got into Twitter Spaces, he said I went 30 minutes of joking. So are you serious now? You're trying to tell us now the next day that I went into the Twitter Spaces with an open mind and open heart. This is why Maul is laughing, because he know you didn't go in there like that. You went in there to defend yourself. And let's be clear. This is what I want to say. This is what nobody's saying. If you want to defend yourself, then do that. Right? Put it like this. If I'm Rory and I feel like all that y'all got on me, it's nothing. I never wrote none of that. I never tweeted. I had a reason for all of them. Then I'm going to stand on business and tell you every reason that I had. I'm not apologizing for shit. So if you feel like you don't want to apologize, then do that. Do that. Stop half-stepping. Stop acting like you kind of want to apologize, but I really didn't do that with that tweet and what they did. Stop that shit. Nick, stand on one side or the other, gang. Stand on one side or the other. Be defiant or be real. You can't be both. You can't keep saying, well, I was wrong and I was dismissive, da-da-da. But that one tweet, I really never said. Don't say that. Say one or the other. If you're going to defend yourself and leave it at that, and then we'll take it from there. Right? You can go back on Twitter Spaces and say, open up every single tweet, and I'll tell you what it is. Demaris like, don't tell them, don't stop trying to explain it because they're not going to get it. No, if he feeling, because obviously the reason he's dismissive, gang, let me just explain to you why he's dismissive. Because he feel that he didn't do nothing wrong. He feel like it was a different time. He was doing fake tweets according to him. Some of these are fake tweets, this and the third, to get at the person, to pretend the other person tweeted it, to get them in trouble, all the goofiest shit in the world. So if that's what you really feel, Rory, then stand on that. Stop being in the middle. Stop wasting our time with these fake-ass apologies, with this goofball over there laughing, right? Acting like the fish that saved Pittsburgh over here, right? So I'm going to continue, but I'm just setting up the moment that Rory and Maul are feeding off each other. Their energies are bouncing off each other. And even when he slightly sounds remorseful, this guy comes in and says, why? Why are you trying to be remorseful? You know we don't care about these K-bots. That's how Maul's taking it. Maul doesn't care about the culture having an issue with this. This stuff ain't going viral because of Kendrick. I need y'all to understand that. This is not going viral on every single news platform they don't even know who Rory is. They got to explain who they is, then they tell the story. So it's mad people just becoming aware of him based on those tweets. So no, this is bigger than Kendrick. But Maul doesn't understand that because that's all he thinks about all day is ways to flatline Kendrick. This has nothing to do with, it's bigger than Drake and Kendrick right now. But Maul don't understand that. So he's still sitting there, he's defiant, doesn't care, because he's not going to bend and fold to no bot. Let me continue.
When I woke up this morning and listened back to some of it, I sounded very, very dismissive in the beginning.
As you should have been.
Right there. So both of them, right? Frick and Frack, right? Laurel and Hardy. He said, I sounded very, very dismissive in the beginning. Right there, you're already going down the wrong path, Rory. You're already going down the wrong path. Just say I was dismissive. Don't say in the beginning. Like now, you're making an excuse for yourself. You're giving yourself an out. Well, I was dismissive in the beginning. No, you talk too much, you say too much, and this is where you're about to go wrong. You're messing this apology up, right? And here comes Maul, Doofy McGoofy. You should have, as you should be. This is why Maul doesn't belong in public spaces, gang. I'm just gonna be honest, because he doesn't understand. Some of you guys love this kind of nonsense. Most people don't. It ain't gonna play well. Right? And I'm trying to see the thumbs down, but I guarantee you this thing got more thumbs down than thumbs up. I'm just going to be honest. I had to go a roundabout way to find out these thumbs down. I don't know how that works. I'm going to be honest, but I'm sure it's ridiculous, right? So end of the day, these guys are putting up an episode that they're trying to be apologetic and it ain't working. Let me continue.
No, because there were some people in there, because I was on the side of like, everybody knows, the people that know me know who I am and know what it is.
Which is why you shouldn't be talking about it.
But there were people in there that don't know me and were actually searching for an actual response or
wasn't
reply.
searching for
And
nothing,
I was,
man.
I'm not
Yo,
saying.
we gotta
let me
stop
finish.
saying that.
Can I finish, please?
They weren't searching for shit. They were searching for attention. They were searching to go back and forth with you so they can clip it and put it on their YouTube channels. That's all they were searching for.
I think there's
Nobody was
definitely
searching for
people-
answers. Nobody was hurt. Nobody's children didn't eat last night as a result of tweets that you tweeted, fake tweets 12 years ago.
So nobody was hurt. Nobody's children didn't go to sleep hungry over fake tweets that you tweeted years ago. See, Maul is stuck that this is a versus side, right? He thinks that this is all K-Bots doing. They dug up your tweets, but the tweets are fake. It's straight up MAGA shit, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. It's delusional shit, and it's also an excuse for an excuse. Right? Maul is being dismissive because that's how you do when you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to address it. You just be dismissive. Right? Your girl's like, who's that? No, who's that calling you on your phone? Girl, you always tripping, man. Ain't nobody. That's you. Instead of saying who it is, you're going to deflect. You're going to say this, then the third. This is the shit that Maul is doing right now. Right? And he's trying to tell this guy, you shouldn't even acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge your race. Right? Nobody went to sleep hungry because of your tweets. It ain't about the kids going to sleep hungry, Maul. It's about this guy's looking like a straight up racist and you're sitting right beside him. So you look like you're aiding and abetting a racist. So this is what it's about. This is what's going to stain your legacy, but the Maul doesn't care. The checks are still coming in. That's the problem. Y'all got to understand, Maul don't care what you say. Every single month, the checks come. The check come once a month for YouTube and the checks is still good. So he don't care what you're saying. Right? He still can pay Demaris. Couldn't pay Julian, but he can pay Demaris. And him and Rory take their cut. They still got sponsors that's putting stuff up. So he does not care. He doesn't need to examine the impact of this on the black girls that he was calling ghetto and calling hood rats. He doesn't need to understand the impact that he has when he's saying that Beyonce names is ghetto names. And if you looked her up and she wasn't famous, she would be a hood rat, this, that, and the third. Or she would have blue weave or whatever. This, that, he said, this, that, and the third. Okay, so Maul does not care about none of that. He doesn't care that people will be affected when the next white guy comes and does it, and the 15 other, and the 200 more. Twitter is an awful place right now. They say stuff like this. This is normal on Twitter now. This ain't even it was a different time. No, this is literally right now. They say stuff, worse stuff than this with no remorse. They would tweet the shit right now. The people on Twitter right now, this is light work to what they write about black people, especially black women on Twitter right now. This is light work. But Maul don't care about the progression of this stuff, how it's starting to get so bad that you can openly discriminate. It doesn't, it's not, you don't even have to be closeted anymore. You don't got to say it's a retweet. He's Rory doing this because he want to stay in his space. These other guys don't care. But Maul doesn't care about that conversation because he still gets his check every month. And he still get to rub elbows with all these people in this corporate world. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Maul's rubbing elbows with a lot of corporate people that don't look like him. So him getting up there being dismissive is very lucrative for him because he can keep his deals. He could not come off as this Malcolm X fake foe, like Martin Luther King type. And he could sit up there and blend right in at the next party or get together. He's one of the good ones. Let me continue.
So it's not that serious.
I agree with you that there was definitely people in there with just that intention, but there were some people that were generally just looking.
There were people in there that want to get you, gotcha. That's everywhere. That's everything. That's always going to happen. But that's no reason to be dismissive. Okay? There was a lot of people in there that had nothing. Their intentions was, you got 100-something people. I think it was 1,000 people in there. Yeah, it was a bunch of K-Bots in there trying to get his ass. That's why he shouldn't have went in there. But he went in there. The simple fact of the matter was, some of them was women that honestly, genuinely wanted to hear or answer from them. That's why Demaris was in there. That's why Rocky was in there. They're like, oh, you're in here? Well, then you might as well clean this up. Demaris got to a point, she's like, listen, you're not making this better. The stuff you're saying is making it worse. You're laughing. Demaris was trying to tell him. She know how these black girls work. Maul don't care about black girls. He said some of the most degrading shit ever. Right? You remember the tweet that he wrote, right? Some crap about if she's saying no and you stop, I'm not going to say the rest, right? But it wasn't great. So end of the day, Maul got some questionable stuff too about how he feels about things. So end of the day, this is who you got, right? This is who you got. Let me continue.
for an answer. And I apologize for being dismissive to those people in particular that were just looking for an answer to what some of those tweets and fake retweets and all that was. So I do apologize because I did come off dismissive to some people that did not deserve that were just saw something out of context and was like, yo, what's up with this?
So let me explain to him what he's doing right here. He's still trying to straddle the fence, right? He's trying to not work Maul up. He's trying to placate the Maul's little. They wasn't in there for that, but he's also trying to fake apologize to the people that so-called were hurt that actually wanted an answer. Just fucking apologize, my G. Stop picking and trying to pick at it and walk both sides. You're trying to walk the middle. Yo, some people that genuinely wanted to know, they saw something out of context, they genuinely wanted to answer, so I apologize to them. You're not apologizing to every fucking body. It doesn't matter if they were there for a gotcha moment or not. Just apologize for what you said. You can't go down the street and pick and choose. Are you one of the guys that really wanted to know, or are you one of the gotcha moments? It doesn't work like that. This is why these two are dumb, gang. Just apologize. You're picking and you're trying to figure out angles and, oh, well, if you were really in there and genuinely want, it sounds stupid, dog. It sounds dumb to smart people. So no, you can't just apologize to the people who were offended. You got to apologize to everybody. Just apologize for being an asshole. You're basically saying if you really weren't offended, then yeah, F you. It's condescending and smug. You're still there. You're not getting it. You're trying to walk this rope because Maul's going to laugh at you. You don't want Maul to laugh. You don't want Maul to condescend you. So you're condescending the people that are mad. I'm telling you, just defend yourself or don't. Don't walk this line. Don't walk this line. You look ridiculous, dog. You look silly. Let me continue.
And I was a little condescending and dismissive in the beginning. About 20, 30 minutes in, I started to realize, oh shit, all right, we're not doing the joke shit anymore.
Let me ask you a question. How can you be condescending in the beginning and then flip it like a light switch? What do you think is going to happen in that room? You can't flip it. They don't believe you anymore. If you come for 30 minutes, like you said, condescending and dismissive, guess what? You're condescending and dismissive. Ain't no fucking I cut it off at 30 minutes. Don't work like that. If you come into the space condescending and it take you 30 minutes to read the fucking room, IG? On a topic this serious, this means you never thought it was serious in the first place. Like I said, stand or don't. I would literally respect you more if you stood on it and said, listen, these are tweets. I said this back in the day. They weren't real. This was on some gotcha moment, da-da-da. Explain it and stand on it. Don't apologize. We can't accept apologies that are half in, half out. Right? They got caveats and this, that, and the third. We don't want it. You could keep it. This is why people are getting even madder. This is why they kept going through your tweets and found even more until you deleted the Twitter. If these things didn't matter, why were you deleting them? Why you delete your Twitter? Stand on it. Be like, them old tweets, that shit is bullshit. Let's keep it moving. I'm just going to move forward. You delete the Twitter, my G? Make this make sense. If these tweets are not important and dismissive, why you delete your Twitter? You're worried about even more coming out. They're saying it's 100 tweets. At this point, I don't need to see none of them because at the end of the day, you're not convincing me otherwise. I think you were a little prick with some racist tendencies in you, and you used that you wanted to be cool and you like black people to a degree, but you still are a little prick, a condescending prick that thought things that were funny weren't funny. Or vice versa. You thought things that weren't funny were funny, and you used Twitter as a cover. Right? This little edgelord thing, would you just be an edgelord then? Stand on it. Right? Let me continue.
And at that point, everyone was texting me, get the fuck out of the spaces. And I felt like it was too late then. I got to just stay here because if I run, it's even worse. But I handled that spaces very poorly. I will say that.
When you look at this video, this dude almost is on the verge of tears, but he can't act like that. He got to kind of placate this guy Maul, this big buffoon sitting up there like a daggone water buffalo, acting like he don't even know how to put his hat on right. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this dude Maul is the prototype of somebody that's burrowed in like a bullworm, like from Flash Gordon. Hey, Papa, you let him put the bullworms on me. This guy is the worst kind of dude to be in this space because he doesn't care what nobody thinks. But we've seen this over the last year and a half. We've seen this guy be this just obnoxious. He has no sense of personal. Only thing he cares about right now, let's just be honest, is his money. This guy, why wouldn't you ask Rory some questions about this issue? Right? Once you get beyond the part where you say, okay, well, the black people, the people in there, they just wanted to clickbait. Say, but Rory, like dead ass on some one-on-one type shit. Let's just be honest. Why did you say these things? Why you never said that? You spend the whole thing entertaining the fact that these are K-bots, so you should dismiss them. End of the day, gang, K-bots are people too, gang. And if you're going to confront or don't dismiss them and then try to say you don't got to say nothing to him. He confronted them, gang. So like low key, mind your business. Let's just be honest. It really ain't your business. You shouldn't even be on the stage with him. You shouldn't even be on the platform with him. I know it's your show, but if he's coming in and give a contrite apology, you should have went to the bathroom or something, because you're not helping. You're hurting the whole thing. You made it worse.
If you are correct about the spaces,
okay,
I'm saying me personally after.
See that? He just tried to apologize. Maul looked over at him. And he caved again. You're correct about the spaces. Gang, we all get it that it was people in there to attack you. You came in there to get attacked. Why you keep saying that? You said, I came in here to get my talking to. Well, then get talked to. You went in there defending yourself, and you're still doing it right now. You're still trying to placate them all. This is why this looks bad.
I listened to the space. I felt bad of how I handled being dismissive in the beginning.
Say that.
That's all. So I want to apologize for that.
Why were you being dismissive?
Because when it started, there was, I know people don't understand the term fake retweet, but at a time on Twitter, people they would type out retweet someone's at to make it look like they said something when you were battling back and forth on Twitter.
I was there.
So when that was popped up, yes, I was laughing about it, and I was dismissive, and then people have every right to feel away with or without context. Like I'm not here to argue that.
Okay, let me just give you the context that he's saying that people don't have. End of the day, let's say he did that, exactly what he did, this, that, and the third. Gang, what he's not telling you is I had to think of the stuff that I was faking that the other person said. I had to physically write that stuff and then make it look like they wrote it. So I had to think of this blue weave, this blue ivy. I had to create it in my own head and then make a fake retweet like they did it. That's the part. He's dismissive. He's dismissing the shit that he thought of the shit in the first fucking place. This the part that nobody's talking about. Rory, you're putting your foot in your mouth. You're not. This is the part that he's dismissive about. Bro, you're literally saying, I retweeted. I made up a fake thing. I thought this in my mind about Beyonce, Blue Ivy. He had one tweet he was talking about. They didn't have combs, like about Blue Ivy's head. Like he wrote this shit and then pretended somebody else. That's devious on another level, dog. Okay? So you still thought it and wrote it. If we're going by I'm going by your words. I ain't making this shit up. You're the one saying they were fake retweets. So you created a retweet and added it at the person. Am I bugging out? If I'm wrong, Rory, then say that. But it sounds like you were thinking this shit anyway because you cooked it up and put it on somebody else.
I'm just here to say I handled the spaces poorly. That's all.
I guess it's just like a...
Not that I did the tweets wrong, not that I shouldn't have tweeted. I handled the spaces poorly. He's on here apologizing for how bad he did in the spaces, gang. You got to understand what he's trying to tell you. He doesn't think he's wrong. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. He only messed up because of how he went into the spaces.
Again, I'm going to just keep going to the age difference between you and me.
I can empathize with somebody looking at my white face in this space for so long, having opinions, and then seeing those tweets and being like, yo, what the fuck? I can see the outrage with it. I'm not here saying like, yo, what's wrong? Like, why are y'all so mad? I'm not here to say that. But I mean, the one they're the most outraged about was not in the context that they're making it seem. But with that said, I understand why.
See, he's still copying, please. He doesn't see anything. Guys, you got to understand what he's telling you. He's literally saying, I didn't do nothing wrong, but if you think I did, and then I went into space and made it worse, if that's what's bothering you, then at that point, I would say to the people that really affect, like, it's 40 caveats, gang. It's 40 different caveats to get your apology. To get to your apology, the specific apology for the specific person that is offended. If you check all these boxes, then yeah, okay, that one box, that person that you are, then I'm apologizing to you, no one else. You gotta understand what he's trying to say, gang. This shit is empty as fuck. And he don't know what the fuck he wants to say. He wants to say all this shit to please Maul. This guy don't think he did nothing wrong. I would rather you stood on that. Just do your fucking shows all next week. Don't say another word about this shit. I would respect that more than you come out here with 40 different caveats to who can get the apology from you and who not. Keeps reiterating that it's out of context by G. No one gives a fuck. No one cares, dog. You keep saying it's out of context. You want that to be the narrative? Then stand on that. Do a whole video about the narrative of that and say, fuck y'all. Okay? End of the day, do one or the other. You can't be this middle of the road with all these different bits and pieces of what, well, if it's this, if it's that, and for that, and if I really didn't say it that way. You want to be exonerated for shit that you feel is beneath you in the first place. And everybody that knows me, my G, you don't go into apology talking about everybody that knows me. That's the worst thing you can do. Because nobody that knows you is on the fucking spaces. Nobody that knows you is on TMZ. None of them know you. So you don't lead with that. Anybody that knows me, I don't fucking know you. How about that? Apparently nobody knows this motherfucker. I don't know who's coming to bat for him. Who of any significance has come to bat for this guy for real? Let's be honest. So who knows you, my G? So stop with the, if anybody knows me, what are we fucking supposed to know? That you make really cool mixed CDs? Like, what the fuck we supposed to know, my G?
Everyone's outraged. Yesterday, I just was in a different mind state, and I was being a fucking dick.
Okay,
because
we know
I
that.
thought it was laughable for somebody to call me a raging racist.
So right there, let's understand what he just did. He said, I was being a dick. And then he went back to being a fucking dick. Right? He doesn't even know how to apologize. Because yesterday, I was being a dick. Because I found it laughable that people that know me, like, bro, you're a fucking asshole. I'm all set with this guy, gang. You're a dick, gang. You're a trash person. You're not even apologizing right. You're literally keep caveating, well, I was a dick. But it's laughable. Like, bro, I think we're done here with this guy. I'm just going to be fucking honest. I think we're done with this guy.
But this morning,
I did too.
But this morning, with a different lens and a good night's sleep, yeah, I sounded like a fucking asshole. So
he says it like I'm not an asshole, but I sounded like one last night.
So I apologize
you
for that.
Apologize to all the victims.
I'm not.
And he just said, I apologize for that. He only apologizing because he came off wrong in the spaces. Guys, you got to know what the fuck is going on. He's apologizing for having a bad turn in the spaces. That's what he's telling you. He ain't apologizing for one fucking tweet. He ain't apologizing for your feelings about the tweet. He's apologizing that he fumbled when he went in there to clean it up.
See, don't put words in my mouth.
Are you here to apologize to everyone that was offended and was hurt?
Sure. If somebody was offended by that, I do apologize.
All right. I mean, if this is that's how you feel, then cool.
But I mean,
I'm just saying, can you do me a favor from now on?
Don't go in spaces.
Exactly.
Listen, man.
Just that simple. Just that.
He even said, but after he said, I apologize to anybody offended. But
Listen, man.
Just that simple. That's why you going to spaces. And that wasn't even your spaces to go in.
That's true.
You just walk in. You just walk into dumb shit. Like, how you just bump your head on bullshit all the time.
And throughout the entire thing, I was just making it worse. Like I didn't go in there and make anything better. Yeah, I just continued. Anytime it even got like to an okay place, I made it 10 times worse.
I'm all for spaces when there's like a group of people that's having like a real conversation about some real shit. And, it's like, okay, cool, this is a cool... But you could just tell. So,
this wasn't real shit to Mo, right? He's into spaces if it's some real people having a real conversation about some real shit. So this wasn't real shit, Mo? Like, what is this? Like, him tweeting racist shit about black people and him being white ain't real shit? What we gotta be talking about Drake and what Drake new album gonna have on it and what's the features gonna be and what's the numbers gonna be and we chill and we sipping Merlot and we having a good time talking about Drake and the Iceman album that ain't never coming out, right? The Ice Flop, that's real shit. Okay.
Tell when there's people in the room that just want to have a moment. It's like, I'm not talking to you, fam.
But he went in there and talked to him. Gang, this is what I'm talking about. He's like, I'm not talking to you. He stayed in that room for mad long talking about, who is this? He starts he goes viral, right? Quote unquote viral, talking about spell itinerary. That has nothing to do with fucking nothing. That guy was tearing your ass up, and you try to play him talking about, let me see your bad and all this goofy shit. He doesn't want to have a real conversation on some real shit with some real people, cool ass people.
I'm like, who is this?
Please. Sorry.
Who is this? Who is this? Show me.
She's laughing because he said that same stuff in the spaces, and that quote unquote went viral, but not in a good way, not the way he thought it was. Right? She's laughing because she knows that was actually the low point of the whole spaces with him, because he kept getting clowned like, who is this? Who is this? Right? It wasn't funny. It wasn't cool. It didn't matter who it was. Dude was barking on you. You sounded like a straight up bitch, and you try to act like you wasn't. I'm just going to be honest.
Show me your bed, nigga. I want to see your bed before you talk to me.
Now, I'm not even going. Do I have to say how crazy this sound? Like, do I have to? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this, or can we just move forward? How he asking to see the man's bed. I'm gonna move on, right? I think he know what he's trying to say, but do he really? Like, let's just be honest.
Don't talk to me until I see your sheets. Don't talk to me until I see your bathroom.
I felt like when Maul be like, yo, just like get off the phone. That's what I just got off the phone and like went to the club, and I was like, yo, none of these niggas would ever be in here.
That's not a.
Are you serious? Demaris just tweeted her Twitter too. She deleted her Twitter too. Do y'all know that? Rory and Demaris both deleted their Twitter, but she's on here acting coy. Like, I just went to the club and jammed out to some OJs and shit, right? Like, she just, like, but above motherfuckers, right? Meanwhile, she was in the spaces screaming on this guy to get the fuck out of there. But it's not a real space. None of these niggas would be in the club. They probably would be in the club, right? End of the day, that's the metric. That's the metric of if a person has value or not. If they're in the fucking club with you, smoking fucking hookah, that's what we doing. Make this shit make sense, D, baby D, right? Beautiful baby D, make it make sense. We love you and all that, but it's getting a little scary over there. We starting to look sideways. Just gonna be honest, you rolling with two of the doofiest niggas that ever walked the fucking face of the earth. And you laughing with them like, Dave, what's up? Walking in there with niggas like this look crazy to me. I'm just gonna be honest. I would shudder to think who's in there with a motherfucker like this. But to each his own.
It's not real. The internet is not real.
How is it not real when you literally get paid to be on here? Do y'all notice that she's the producer of this show? Demaris is the producer of this show. She's on this show. She makes the topics that they talk about. She does the scripts and all this stuff. Whatever they got, the feed that they bring up in between each. That's what she does, right? The lighting, all she makes sure all that's just right. When they switch sets and all that, because I watched the video, she told us all that. So you're the producer, but you don't think the internet is a real place? Talk to me, Demaris. This shit ain't making no sense to me. You literally get a check for shit you do on the internet. People say shit to try to sound cool. The internet is not a real place. My G, you literally pay out the staff that you have. You pay for that's cool, that really cool pod space. You pay that with the money you get from the internet. So you're trying to be dismissive as Maul, and this is why the podcast ain't doing the numbers it should be. I've said this already. Y'all motherfuckers got 309, you got 309,000 subscribers, and you're doing numbers like me. So let's just be honest. Okay? You're doing the same numbers we're doing, if not less. But you got 300,000 people. It ain't good, D. So y'all need to figure out what's going on, but instead, you're being dismissive. You're being condescending. And you're being a jerk, right, with these two fools.
What are we talking about? Like, that shit is not now. In the same vein, I will say I've met some really cool people,
for sure,
via social media over the years that I, salute to them, and some of us are like really close friends and have great relationships to this day. So you do align with certain people that
he's talking out to both sides of his neck. Now he got real cool people that he's met on here, bro. Y'all falling fast, gang. It's not making no sense, gang. Y'all all over the place. You don't know what you really want to say. You're just saying anything.
You know, you end up having a lot in common with, and they understand you and things like that. So shout out to them. I'm never speaking to them. I appreciate those people. But the people that you know is just looking for a moment and just looking for something to be mad about and something to be offended about. And I don't have time to talk to those people.
But that's not everybody that's offended, dog. Everybody ain't looking for. Most people don't know who you are. You're being dismissive. You're saying, yo, the people that I like, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not talking to them. But the people that's looking for the rage baiter, bro, that's not the whole internet. And a lot of people that you're quote unquote looking for something. Well, when you disrespect their race, yeah, they coming. Your partner over there to your right or left or whatever fuck it is, he disrespected black people. He's white. They came for him. And you're not helping. You're not doing anything about it. That's the problem.
The same people that feel like the white man got their foot on their neck. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to talk to those people.
So this obviously is a guy who's decided that he's above the race and that anybody that has any issue with the race being where it is, that he's all set with you. He actually thinks he's where he's at because everything's fucking fair. That's what he thinks. He thinks that everybody's cool, we're all on the same playing field, and just shut up about it because nobody has been treated differently. This is that guy. This is integration at its finest, right? So newsflash Maul, it ain't fair. Newsflash Maul, they do got their foot on your fucking neck. Okay? Just in case you don't fucking know. Just because people can rise in spite of that, Maul, you should have a lot more, Maul. Your people should have a lot more, Maul. They took a lot of shit from you, Maul. Okay? Let's just be honest. There's a lot of things that happen, Maul, that make this not so fair, Maul. That's why they mad at him, Maul. He's embodying that overly, I'm whatever, better than you guys mentality when he criticizes us, Maul. White guy criticizing black women, Maul. It don't look good, Maul. That's centuries of hate, Maul. That we it's apparently it's still right there beside you, Maul. Apparently, Maul, if you're paying attention, Maul. But Maul sat right there with this good old boy, right, pull him up by the bootstraps mentality, right? Now we know where he's voting at, right, gang? Let's just be honest. I'm just going to keep it moving.
And I understand you feeling that way, but you also have to look at the other side of my white face. Yes, people can be outraged if I make an, no pun intended, off-colored joke. Like, that's fine. They can be upset.
Didn't Maul take a picture of some sign that Rory supposedly has, colors, seats only? That's more condescending than anything. I'm just going to be honest. And he's sitting up here, Rory trying to be the face of reason, but he can't. I told you months ago, I got videos documenting that Rory is literally scared of Maul. He don't want to offend Maul. He wants to stay in his good graces. He want to make him laugh. So he's sitting here, he's even meekishly and squeakily trying to tell this dude, Maul, yes, racism is bad, Maul. He's trying to tell you that, Maul. He's trying to tell Maul, it looks bad coming out of my mouth because I am, believe it or not, I don't know if you looked around lately. I know you're colorblind at this point, but I am white and kind of look like a white guy that's talking shit about black girls. It don't set well, Maul, just so you know. Maul don't give a shit. Maul gets his bag every month. He don't give a shit. He don't give a fuck what you black girls feel about it. Nothing. Let's just be honest. Because if he did, he wouldn't be up here talking the shit he's talking.
I get it. I just went.
Yeah, they can. It's a choice. Yeah. It's a choice to be upset about that.
And I mean, I apologize if you are. And
I can never be mad at you for being, a racist. Nice guy. Well, that too. If you're a racist, I can't listen. That's your prerogative.
Gang, listen. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Right? Everything is funny. He just literally told Rory, if you're a racist, that's none of my business. That's your prerogative. Do what you do. I'll sit here and collect a check with you. Doesn't matter. It's the same Charlemagne mentality about Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz could say no wrong. Brilliant Idiots episode is coming up next week anyway. Doesn't matter. Andrew Schultz could literally go shoot a black woman in the stomach. Charlemagne will make an excuse. Well, what did she do? Right? So this is where we are. These guys, I don't know what to tell you, gang, but at the end of the day, it seemed like Rory got more respect for this culture than Maul. And that's saying a lot after we seen what he's tweeting about.
And
I can never be mad at you for being, you know, a
racist?
nice guy. Well, that too. If you're a racist, I can't listen. That's your prerogative. But I mean,
it's a choice to be upset, gang. It's a choice to be upset.
Yeah, like
that's your personal business.
It's your business. If you racist, that's your business. It doesn't affect me at all. But I don't know, man. I just, you know, people are just, we got to get past certain things. Like certain things that continue to be conversations to me is just like, it's almost like clockwork. You can almost tell, like, you can tell when a girl about to ask you for some money. Like, never talk to a girl from the 21st of the month to the 2nd.
She say, yo, I'm stressed out.
She gonna start huffing and puffing. After 2 huffs, hang up. Because the 3rd huff, she gonna be like, if she need something that's gonna cost you. You don't talk to women from the 9th to the 18th.
Okay.
Of each month.
Yo, gotcha. I just realized I'd be like,
yeah, I ain't got time for that. Once you start doing that,
and it's the bait too, because you be like, yo, what's wrong? You all right?
I got a lot. I got so much going on.
Stressed, like
I'm stressed.
Do y'all hear this guy? Do y'all hear this guy? And maybe this is the dynamic of the show, to just try to make light of everything. But you have a black girl laughing. You have this white guy chuckling at this guy being the most ridiculous moron you've ever heard in your life. It sound good to dumb people, right? Sound good to dumb people. This is, I don't know Maul's personal relationship status, but it probably ain't good. Probably ain't good. This is egregious and ridiculous, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. It's silly. It sounds funny if you're dumb, right? It could be amusing, this, that, and the third. But look at the topic we're talking about, and he comes on and talks about girls that want money, right? This is supposed to be the apology to females, black females who are offended, and then Maul takes it upon himself to talk about literally welfare girls who need money in between they checks. I can't make this shit up, gang.
Yeah. And then, you know, you want to seem concerned.
Now all of a sudden her mom's sick. I'm like,
but you just horny. But you got to seem concerned. Like, what's wrong, baby? Talk to me. Yo,
the worst thing is
they went up $200 on my rent. I got to pay my car note. I ain't got time, man.
The worst thing is the premature, how can I help you out? Before you're even thinking she's thinking monetarily. Like, yeah, what you need? Like, how can I help? I'm here. What you need? You need to eat.
All right, I'm out. I'm checking out of this. Guys, I think we're done here. With this Rory and Maul debacle. 2 buffoons, right? 2 buffoons. You know how they got the seesaw? If one big one jump and the other one going good. These are 2 buffoons that'll probably do that. Maul will jump on one end of the seesaw. Rory go flying into the slide. Bust his whole head open and come out laughing. Oh, Maul, you got me that time. These guys are idiots, gang. Idiots. I don't know how they got a podcast, gang. This is ridiculous. I'm done with these guys, man. Listen, let me know what you think, man, in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Listen, let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz. I'm not discussing these fools on that show. Listen, I'm not even going to sit and tell you I am. Also, Patreon's coming. Buy the merch, man. It's down below, all right? I'm going to catch you on that flip side, man. I'm done. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high-quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com. CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secure the spot with some goons and some kin. And then send out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.